Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time once again for the Lucha Underground sanctioned Midweek War. One day late. Anyway, I am at the maddest of mics. We are here talking about NXT, and with me is Antonio Garza. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, Mike. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. You know, we're talking about NXT. It's a good time. And oh, wait, who's that in the lower boxes there? We have the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling, Eamon Payton. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm just hanging out. I don't know what that was, but it's fine. I'm excited. London's coming up, and yeah, I'm pumped to talk about this week's episode of NXT.
I just realized we may have to do the Friday episode of this after the London Takeover pay-per-view, because the night after I'm going to see Star Wars.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Well, maybe we'll do it.
So all of the midweek war will be Star Wars themed.
Well, in fairness, we could probably do a takeover review that night, since it's going to be on 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, potentially. Depending. Yeah, okay, that works too. All right. So let's start it off how we always do. Eamon, what's your one word for NXT this week?
You stole it from my in your lower third. I was gonna say, ouch.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All right, Garza, how about you?
I actually have the word that provokes that expression from Eamon, which is slap.
All right.
Man.
My one word for this week is wee.
What?
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
All right. So Eamon, what was your good this week?
I'm sorry to steal it from everyone. I think this is everyone's go-to, but the main event, Joe versus Ciampa. That was really cool.
Jesus.
Yes.
Fuck.
I love the Samoa Joe, and I can't remember really loving a Samoa Joe match since like 2007, and I really love this match.
Since his first match with Kurt Angle. That's the last time I've enjoyed a Joe match this much.
This was really fun. That's the thing I really love about NXT is these matches that you wouldn't necessarily see on Raw and stuff like that. Because Ciampa is, I mean, for the most part, I know they've kind of featured him a bit, but he's considered still like enhancement in the sense, like he's there to kind of make others look good, and he made Joe look great, and you know he got stuff in during the match, obviously, but
he's kind of like someone else. I'm sorry, I'm just messing with my shirt. It's someone else. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm not quite sure, but it'll come to me.
It's yeah. But no, I love this match, and I think they did a great job, like with like Ciampa's promo earlier, like building up, you know, making Ciampa seem as important as Joe was. He wasn't just an afterthought for someone for Joe to squash. And and we obviously mentioned it. Heavy strikes.
That one kick. I thought it was just gonna be called like due to stoppage. That
it was crazy.
At the end, that was nuts. Like I've seen kicks like that in UFC where the fight was stopped.
It was pretty nasty. But yeah, I really loved that match. It was a great way to close the show.
All right, Garza, what was your good this week?
I'm gonna give my good to Baron Corbin. He has grown so much on me. I think, like, I see him in the ring now, and I see the presence. I love how he's been able to handle his opponents, how he's been able to pull out the end of days out of nowhere, stuff like that. So he's really grown on me. I can totally see him being like a legit force in the main roster now. So,
Has he grown? Has he grown on you like an awkward, elongated torso?
Yeah, with a face in it.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying Baron Corbin is MODOK? I'm okay with that.
I was gonna go with Crank's robot.
That works too.
Maybe MODOK too.
Oh my god! You know whose head would be perfect to put on a shirt for fucking Rhino.
Rhino
or Marcus Louis, either or. I'd be okay with either one of them. For anyone who's watching, if you have Photoshop, Please make that happen. Please, for the love of God, make that happen.
I think, or go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna go into my good, but no, you can talk, Aim.
I was just gonna note that like I never realized like how big Baron Corbin is until you like put him in the ring against someone like Ty Dillinger.
Yes.
Like it's that kind of stuff that I think was really like because the early stuff he was wrestling Bull Dempsey and guys like that, and it's like you put him with someone a bit smaller, even like if you put him in the ring with someone like Balor, like he looks much bigger than you know than what you would perceive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My good this week is Miss Bayley's Wild Ride. Hence my one word of we. Bayley cut a pretty okay promo about Nia Jax in the back. And Nia Jax walked up, didn't like very like non-saying anything, and then as soon as she turned her back, whoa, thrown through a fucking door. It was pretty great. I loved it. Like I want more things like that where there's backstage fights and fracases. Like that's what got us interested into the Monday Night Wars in the first place.
It's something you don't see a lot on NXT, which I
Yeah.
think is why it works so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when they first started doing that stuff on Nitro way back in the day, you never saw anything backstage or anything like that. Like anything of substance happening. It was always just someone talking in a locker room, or Eva Marie looking at presents or something. But yeah, this like why not do this? Because Nia Jax, like we didn't get to talk about this. I thought the way they made Nia Jax Bayley's next opponent was done fantastically.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And this is just a better build up to it. Like Bayley versus Nia Jax. Nia may not be quite there in the ring yet, but that's gonna be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be more of a spectacle, I think, than anything else, and I think will be a bit more story driven as opposed to like the past women's matches of Takeover. But I like it. I think they've done a great job of building it. You mentioned Bayley's like promo backstage. I feel like she's gotten so much more comfortable on the mic, at least backstage. She used to be very awkward back, on like the microphone, and that kind of played into her character, I guess. But she seems much more comfortable talking now, and she did a great job of selling fear and the willingness to still defend her title.
I also find it ironic that this is the first person that Bayley definitively does not want to hug because Nia Jax will crush her. Like isn't that her finisher essentially, like a big bear hug?
Well, it was, and now she's kind of using the leg drop now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. It's a shame because imagine if her finish was the bear hug against a woman who has a shirt on that says "I'm a hugger."
Yeah, that's actually going to be really interesting once they fight, because I'm not sure if she can hug legs Nia Jax.
I think she'll be able to.
So, I don't know, like, I'm actually hoping that she has to pull out different tactics.
Like a submission move, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. It'd be awesome if she takes on Sasha's.
Oh, she just flat out stole the bank statement?
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be really
I'd be
good.
cool with that.
I hope I'm assuming next week we'll do NXT Takeover predictions, and I can't wait for that because I have a special prediction about this match. But yeah.
Okay, we'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
All right, Eamon, what was your bad this week?
It's really hard to say actually because I felt like a lot was really good on this week's NXT. God. Slight bad to Corey Graves, because I don't really like Corey Graves' commentary, and he was pretty good this episode. There were parts though where I feel like he did, like he was trying, like he got into that Raw territory where it's like you kind of bury people a bit, like weirdly with Ty Dillinger, like he was really like kind of like. Just,
Oh yeah, he was a little like I used to like Ty Dillinger until I hung out with him.
Yeah, and it's he just kind of attributed stuff to like it didn't make you want to like root for Ty Dillinger in that way. It was kind of like oh, this is kind of awkward kind of thing.
Yeah, especially since Ty was supposed to be the face in that match too.
Yeah, and Corey I know does heel commentary most of the time, but even still, like you can be a heel but not like kind of diminish the people in the ring. And I normally like Corey Graves' commentary, but And that was my only bad because there's a lot of good stuff this episode. So
Okay, Garza, you're bad.
My bad for this week, it's kind of nitpicking, but I think I'm gonna give it to Dana Brooke. Uh, she was kind of weird in her promo. Like even Emma trying to like telling her to like chill out and stay in the back. It felt like they've switched and now Emma's the boss and Dana's just like the henchman, I guess. It felt really weird for me to see Dana act like that.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of the point of Dana Brooke. Like,
Well,
first of all,
used
she
to.
still thinks she beat Asuka. Like she thinks it's 1-1, so she's like overconfident.
see, I prefer this Dana Brooke as opposed like there's a lot of if you look at it, there's a lot of NXT women right now that are of like how Dana Brooke was when she first started, which was I'm great and I'm gonna be the best or whatever, and that's fine. But I like that Dana has a bit more comedic side to her, where she does do that kind of like stuff where she gets lost and so focused on describing how she's gonna use one hand to beat up Asuka and use another hand to pat her on the head. I thought it was funny, and I like those kind of little tropes about her. You know, it contributes more to her character, and I think kind of sets her apart a bit more.
It certainly turns me into a laughing hyena. My bad this week. It's got it. The death of manliness. I think this is something that I've noticed on NXT, and they're doing it again with the vaudevillains. There are a lot of stories on NXT where good guys are too good, and in order to be better, they have to do bad things.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did it with Neville, they did it with Sammy, they did it with they're doing it with the vaudevillains, they did it with Bayley. Like and there are more. Emma was another one, although Emma went full board.
I was just saying Emma's the only one that kind of.
Yeah, like Joe's doing it now. There's a lot of people that have had that, like a similar vein storyline, and not to say that they've resulted in bad matches or bad feuds or anything like that, but we gotta have something better, I think.
I agree. I do think there's enough differences in there. Like Emma was frustrated because her time on the main roster wasn't, was considered subpar.
It was stolen from her.
Kinda. Joe felt he had earned the title shot and had to, prove himself, and he got frustrated that way. I think the Vaudevillains have a good story in the fact that they lost in the Dusty Rhodes tournament. They lost the tag titles. They lost the rematch, and they lost to the new hot tag team, in Gable and Jordan. I personally also think this is only going to be momentarily. I don't think this is going to be a full-on heel turn. I think it's just going to be like a sort of eccentricity because I personally think they're doing a rematch for Takeover. And I think it's going to be
No, they've already announced it's Dash and Dawson versus Enzo and Cass.
No, I mean a rematch between Vaudevillains and Gable and Jordan.
Oh, that'd be good. I would approve of that.
Because how can you not include Gable and Jordan on the pay-per-view? And I think it's a little small story, and you have this new popular tag team taking on the tag team that used to be the popular tag team, and they've kind of lost a bit of their luster, and they're trying to make their way back up, and I think it's cool.
By the way, and this isn't a good, bad, or change. While we're on the topic of Chad Gable, he fucking quoted Shooter McGavin. He quoted Shooter goddamn McGavin. Chad Gable.
I love Chad Gable so much.
Chad Gable, I can't wait until you shave your head and drink a lot of milk. I really can't wait for this. Like, fuck, if there's one more match for Kurt Angle in WWE, just put him against Chad Gable and let Chad Gable go over. Please. Olympian versus Olympian. I would die a happy man. You want WrestleMania 32? That's WrestleMania 32. Angle versus Gable. They can come out to the same
Actually-
damn music.
Actually, not to like super fantasy book. How good would it have been if they prolonged Rusev's storyline and had Gable be the one to defeat him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, that's Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Not even like the
That
John
would have been
Cena
so
version.
much.
Wait. So Rusev would kill Jordan? If
No.
that's-
Yeah.
if that's before.
Yes,
He needs to kill Jordan.
Exactly would. Exactly would kill Jason Jordan.
But
And
hey,
then Jason
He was
Jordan's
right.
son would eventually have a career of his own like 15 years later.
I'm all for a Jason
Don't
Jordan Apollo Creed entrance. I mean, Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really good.
That'd be really, really good. All right, Eamon, what would you change this week from NXT?
That's a good question. I don't know. I would have liked to hear also from Enzo and Cass. Obviously we got a week.
I thought their
Takeover,
actions
but-
spoke. I thought their actions spoke more in their words.
That's
Like-
true. I just feel like with their big I don't know. It felt. Obviously they haven't been gone for long, but a little comeback thing, maybe just a small backstage promo afterwards. Them just giving a few words. And like I said, that's a minor thing. I really like this week's episode.
Okay, Garza.
My change is actually gonna go to two people, but it's the same thing. I'm not liking the promo work of Pissed Off Cruz nor Asuka's. Cruz is still smiling too much for my personal taste.
Mhm.
He's a smiley guy.
I know
He's guy's
Stop.
smiling.
Like he's more pissed off than before, but he still smiles too much.
And it's
And,
not like the smile that Asuka has. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
smile like, I'm gonna murder fuck you.
Yeah, and Asuka, I think she needs to talk less. Like she said 3 words and I only liked 1. So,
Oh! Oh!
Really?
That's
Yeah.
possibly racist. It's possibly
I don't know.
racist.
I like that they're letting her talk a bit because I feel like that was the kind of method they had a bit with
Italian.
Hideo.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in the early goings, because they were so worried about his English. Like, I don't mind that she, has a bit of broken English. It's fine. I think it adds to her character even. Like, I agree on Paulo Cruz. I think I liked Cruz's promo because he felt more comfortable. Because some of the older promos, like he felt like he was just reading off of the script,
Mhm.
and you could kind of tell. This one I think felt a bit more like natural.
Yeah.
But I definitely see what you're saying.
All right, my change this week, and this is super nitpicky, but we should have had James Storm beat up Jesse Sorensen. I don't even remember who James Storm faced, but
He faced Adam Rose.
Adam Rose. Yeah, exactly. Adam Rose doesn't need to be on NXT anymore, especially like all the bullshit that he's doing right now. I just wanted once for James Storm and Jesse Sorensen to have a match, so Full Sail will chant because we know them. TNA, TNA. You know they will. You know they fucking will.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think they will. I think they absolutely will. But my real change is I wouldn't have put Ty Dillinger against Baron Corbin.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I feel like Ty Dillinger actually needs a chance to get over and get his character developed. Like, there are so many guys on the roster that they could have put Jesse Sorensen, for example, or Adam Rose. Fuck, let Baron Corbin squash the shit out of Adam Rose. Like, I think that's a waste of Ty Dillinger. Like, they just had a promo for him a couple weeks ago.
I think they gave Ty a bit of offense in the match though, which was good. And I would contend that, surprisingly, he is very over. Like the minute he came out, the crowd was into
he's
him.
super over.
right?
He's super over with the crowd. But like, he's since the 10 gimmick, he's only come out to get destroyed.
Yeah, for the most
Yeah,
part.
He hasn't gotten a win. I don't think.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, especially Jason Jordan is doing so good now. I want both halves of J.J. Dillon to be really good. I, s- I still long for the glory that is J.J. Dillon.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, so where do you guys rank NXT this week, Eamon?
I rank it number 1 this week. I thought it was a really good episode of NXT. I suppose, like I mentioned on Ring of Honor, which you can check out our Ring of Honor section, they had 5 or 6 matches on this week's show, and all of them were good, and they got, no one other than maybe like Adam Rose, like everyone looked pretty good. Like I think they did great. Speaking of also everyone looking good, and I saw on Twitter you were not happy with the crowd chants directed at this one person. I am very impressed with the 2 times I've seen Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she wrestled Eva Marie a couple weeks ago. She's very impressive.
That's when we thought Eva Marie was wrestling a Buffalo Wild Wings waitress.
Yes.
That's the one.
Because they didn't announce her name, and she looked like a damn Buffalo Wild Wings waitress.
Yeah, she didn't get a name at that point. But yeah, that's the thing I like is that the girls right now in NXT who aren't like the indie girls or whatever, the ones with past wrestling experience, are pretty good now.
Mhm.
Like Dana, Carmella, and even the ones coming up now. Like I was pretty impressed.
And I love that NXT is not afraid to use jobbers.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to use jobbers because, fuck, do you know how much more fun Raw would be to sit through if we got, like, Ryback versus local talent? Maybe not Ryback, he's a bad example, but, like, Kevin Owens versus local talent.
Mhm.
I would watch a 10-minute match of Kevin Owens just destroying some guy and almost thinking he can win. That's how Ric Flair got over.
Not only Raw, but it would make every single match in a pay-per-view worth watching because you haven't done it already like a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also like on Raw, because on Raw they really only use people that are on their select roster, so it kind of gives the opportunity to make everyone on your roster look kind of good. About people like Cesaro losing 100 matches or whatever in a row because he's the guy that has to have a spot to face whoever.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. Like you said, there's nothing wrong with doing jobber matches.
And
In fact, it does a better job of getting people over.
If you run across a guy who's actually pretty decent and you want to keep him around like as an established enhancement guy, like remember when Barry Horowitz beat Skip?
Yeah, that was a
That
cool
was
moment.
a great moment. That was so good. Barry Horowitz even beat Triple H once. Or was it the Brawler?
Yep.
Brooklyn
It was
Brawler.
Brawler, yeah. But I mean, I miss stuff like that. And I think Raw would be a lot easier to sit through for 3 hours if we had some stuff like that. Because then they could take time to focus on backstage segments too, storylines.
Yeah.
All right, Garza, where do you rank NXT this week?
I'm also ranking it number 1, primarily because of the bitch slap fest we had at the end between Ciampa and Samoa Joe. That was just so much fun. I think that was the best match I've seen in NXT since Sasha versus Bayley and Brooklyn. And that's been a while already, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a pretty good match.
Thank you for saying Bayley did something good. Thank you.
I was mostly Sasha.
Oh yeah, it was mostly Sure it was. Sure it was. Garza.
We know who the workhorse here is.
Tonio's more calm because he got to see her get thrown through doors.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm happy right now.
God damn it. Yeah, I'm also ranking NXT number 1 this week. Like we've said, really solid show, top to bottom. Takeover London looks stacked. It looks really, really good. Did they announce like what time it's gonna be yet?
I'd have to check out time zones again, but I think it's gonna be like 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 7 hours before our usual.
I think this one is a really big test for WWE.
Yeah.
Because if a lot of people watch this live, we could get a pay-per-view in London.
Mm-hmm.
Insurrection.
I'm actually really fine with watching it, kind of earlier. Like it's,
Well, Eamon, you and I are fine. Like I work retail.
I go to school.
Yeah, you go to school. So like we're around at 2 in the afternoon on a Wednesday
Yeah.
sometimes.
Will it be on a Wednesday?
I believe so.
I believe it's Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's gonna make it hard for at least for me because I'm working at that time. But
See, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's the
saying.
only thing.
That's why I think it's a big test for them. Like I think
Yeah.
this is a really big, like integral part of the network and WWE in general. So I think it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. Yeah, but all right. So Garza, where can the good people of the internet find you?
You can find me at DW Revolution on Twitter. So you can find me at dwrestlingrevolution.com. You can also join Patreon. Sorry. And look up the Wrestling Mayhem Show, Panel Riot, Awesome Cast, and other shows, and give them $1, $2, $3, and just support podcasting overall.
Excellent. Eamon, where can the good people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Eamon2Please. You can also check out the wrestling promotion I'm involved with, which is Inspire Pro Wrestling at InspireProWrestling.com.
Awesome. And I am at Mad Mike 4883 on the Twitter machine. I'm also on the Wrestling Mayhem Show proper at live.sorgatronmedia.com every Tuesday night, roundabouts 9 p.m. We are closing in on 500 episodes. Do you know how old Eamon was when we started this podcast? He couldn't even buy lottery tickets,
That's
let
fair.
alone drink.
That's fair.
Eamon, like, we called him a fetus because he was barely alive.
Okay, now.
Eamon, how many television series have come and gone since we started the Wrestling Mayhem Show? It's a lot.
A lot.
It's a whole lot. It's 10 years of podcasting, people. All right. Also, we have the Awesome Cast. We have Boss Bal, Panel Riot, as Garza mentioned, done by our good friend DJ Lunchbox, and the Indie Mayhem Show. Obviously, you guys are closing in on what, 50?
Yeah, well, no, 100. It'll be
100.
100.
I knew it was a big mouse, so I couldn't remember which one it was. Yeah, you guys are getting 100 the same night. We're getting 500, right?
Yeah, funny how that works.
Excellent. It's
So
a
we're
whole
the little baby brother. That's like, so you guys, if you're 10, we would be, what's that math? I can't do math.
It's our bouncing baby podcast, the Indie Mayhem Show.
It's too late for math.
All right, so for Tonio Garza, for Eamon Payton, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been the Midweek War.